To get my mind right after that last video we did. It took so much out of me. And then I saw this video I'm going to show you all by James Earl Jones, and I just had to take another break. But we're here for it today. I'm about to update the thumbnail. There goes the text notification squad about to come in. So get ready, you all. Notification squad in the hizzy. Welcome in, you all. You can go ahead and refresh and take a look at that thumbnail and tell me what you think. Welcome in. Hey, text notification squad. All right. Takeshia's doing her squats to the music. During this vibrant music, go ahead and get a little bit of workout, a little bit of exercise, and get that heart rate pumping, because we have officially entered into near apocalyptic territory, you all. They've announced yesterday. You know what? I ain't even gonna say nothing about it. We're just gonna continue to entertain, but stay awake, you all, and just be prepared, okay? Begin to prepare yourselves, because there's a line being drawn between vaccinated and unvaccinated. And I saw in Forbes yesterday, I'm going to go ahead and say it, in Forbes yesterday, they have said that employers will be allowed to deduct from people's paychecks who have not been vaccinated. So I don't really know how we've entered into a realm where what's going on between a person and their doctor is no longer between them. So listen, just get prepared, you all. But in the meantime, listen, just know, start doing your squats, lift up gallons of water, start preparing, especially as Black people. We are so loving and empathetic that we forget that we're living in a world where we must protect ourselves. So Black people especially, be on the lookout and make sure that you start getting yourself geared up. Iffy, my dear, we are not advocating for fear. We are advocating for preparation. So be not afraid, my knockouts. Be not afraid. However, do be prepared. Get yourself prepared for anything. Water, canned goods, just get yourself prepared. Don't be afraid. Just be prepared. You know, we've been getting messages and subliminals and signs to prepare for more than a decade. More than a decade. And if we are choosing to not pay attention, listen, let me tell you all something. I was in Puerto Rico. I went to Puerto Rico after Hurricane Irma and Hurricane Maria. I was there on the ground. Those of you who have been following me long enough, you know that I was there. The pictures that I was able to upload, some are on Instagram. It took a tremendous emotional toll on me because I entered into a situation where there was no mobile service, there were no street lights, there was no ability to use a debit card, there was barely electricity on. And this was a wake-up call for me, how dependent we are on our phones for communication, how dependent we are on our debit cards and credit cards to be able to make payments. I am just telling people to be prepared. I was there, and I know what it's like when people start to get nihilistic, and listen, I personally believe that was a drill. Puerto Rico is an extension off of the United States, and I believe that was a drill. You all can listen and look. I mean, the winter is coming. Right now it is August. Sit there if you want to and talk about fear mongering. Sit there if you want to. Winter is surely coming. Anyway, welcome in, everyone. Welcome. 5 minutes until showtime. Are you in Great Britain? If you're in Great Britain, stay awake. because there are some things going on in the UK that lets you know exactly who you are to them. So stay awake. All of my UKians out there, by way of wherever, just wake up and stay awake. Or Adrienne, I have no idea what your name is in the text notification squad. So please send me a message to tanyatko.com/contact. Hey Becker, welcome in. Thank you all so much for being here on time. There's 233 people on the stream on YouTube. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Share this broadcast with a friend or family member. Share it with a loved one, because we are going to be live, and while you all are live, you get to be a part of the show. I am going to be showing your comments on the screen. I'm just getting some browsers open right now to be able to facilitate the show. So it's okay, Chandra, don't worry. You're here right now. Hit the thumbs up while you're here. The comments that you're leaving make a difference because they let YouTube know that the video is popping. So today we're going to be talking about James Earl Jones. We have 1 minute and 36 seconds till we are live. All right, 1 minute, people. I love, this is one of my favorite songs. Boom, boom, into my room. Boom, boom, into my room. My day is just starting, you all. It is still only 12:58 on the East Coast. We're gonna have a hot day. I hope your ACs are pumped up and that Con Edison is paid up. 27 seconds until we're live. Boom, boom, into my room. Ten seconds, people. Hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome. Welcome. I am your host, Tanya TKO, and let's get live on the other platforms. All right. We are live on Twitter. We are live on LinkedIn, and we are live on Facebook. All right. So listen. Welcome in, everybody. I am your host, Tanya TKO, and I am a self-love specialist from TanyaTKO.com. I hope you learn how to love yourselves and one another. Welcome in, welcome in. We are live all across the world right now, coming in from Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So if you're on one of those platforms, make sure that we do not have our captions. Don't worry, hearing impaired, I got you right now. We're about to get the captions up on the bottom because I want to make sure that you can be able to see and know what it is that we are talking about today, because we are going to be talking about, we're talking about James Earl Jones today. Let me just sign in on the web caption so that the people who are hearing impaired, because the captions come up after the video is processed, but in order for people who are impaired, we have to bring it to the live video so that the people who, because most of our videos are live. Speaking of live, if you are part of the text notification squad, go ahead and get ready to throw your 10s in the air. I am your host, Tanya TKO. I'm a self-love specialist from TanyaTKO.com. I help you learn how to love yourselves and one another. On this channel, we use viral video topics as teachable moments for what self-love or self-abuse looks like in your life. And we've gone back into the vintage deck today. So I want to thank the knockouts that brought this clip to my attention, because I did not know that this was out there. And we're going to tie this into Alphonse Ribeiro, but not really. But I think I felt that this needed to be talked about. So text notification squad in the house. Welcome. Thank you, Catherine, Felice, D. Jones. Welcome in the house. Give a shout out and a clap for our moderators today. We have Black in the house. If anybody sees Tanya Walker, let me know. But thank you all so much for your love and your service. In the description of this video is the link to join the text notification squad. The people who are on the text notification squad are a select group of people who get a text notification whenever I go live. Here, look, I just want you all to see this real quick. I just want you to see this real quick. Oh, my Lord. Oh my Lord. I just want you, something is not right with James Earl Jones in this video. Something ain't right with him. You know what, we got to get that highlight off of the screen, because when we were looking at that guy in the car with his woman, we had changed the exposure on that. But something ain't right with dude. In this video, this woman had him strung out, or they were strung out together or something. But we're going to listen and watch the treasonous, treacherous behavior of this Black man in the 1960s. Because it wasn't enough. You know what? Oh, look, I went lighter with my hair. I did it more platinum. What are your thoughts about that? Listen. I can't wait for you all to hear this. Personally, I think this is unbelievable. How do we even get into this? You know what? As a matter of fact,
Do Black men marry white women because of the nature of Black women? I know in some.
I just want you to look at his face. Something ain't right with dude in this footage. He's off. His nose is dripping and running, and you know what that meant for many Hollywood types back in the days. So let's get this. Let's get the color correction off of this, because remember we did it when we were looking at the dude in the car. And so here, this is the original footage right there. So you get the vintage feel. It could be brightened up a little bit, right? It could be brightened up a little, but this is the original footage. So let's jump into it. Let's jump into it. So we have this vintage footage right here. And you all know James Earl Jones, right? James Earl Jones is an American actor who has his voice is iconic for the voice of Darth Vader. His voice is iconic for the voice of Mufasa. He's just an iconic character. And part of the reason that I'm doing this story, so you all know, listen, because I remember when I saw Claudine, right? I remember when I saw Claudine for the first time. I was looking for James Earl Jones in the movie, but I didn't find him, right? I was like, where's James Earl Jones? But he was young at the time, and I did not recognize him young because apparently he hit the wall very early in life, and he's just been up against the wall ever since. So, I hate when this happens. Give me 1 second. I just have to get here we go. So you all know James Earl Jones by this. This is the way he looks. Most of us know him looking like this. You know, this is how he has always looked to us, right? Since we've been alive. But once upon a time, you all remember that Jill Scott song where the song Wake Up, where the grandmother was like, once upon a time, I was young and fine too. I can't get the melody. But yeah, once upon a time, he was young and fine. Once upon a time. But all throughout his time, James Earl Jones has been a sellout. Oh, was he in Coming to America too? Oh, so he was in Coming to America. He played the voice of Mufasa. He played the voice of Darth Vader. He's done a lot. You can Google him. Oh, he played the father. I forgot he was in that. So he's always had a regal presence. And after you hear what it is that he has had to say, what is this mess right here? Oh, my Lord. So he has always been on some BS, right? Without further ado, we're all in here now. Go ahead and share this video with a friend, a family member, so that they can come in and hear this footage for themselves. Because if I had not heard this and seen it with my own eyes, I would not have believed it. And I am making this video because I want you all to know that Black women, we have not always had the power that we have right now. We have not always been awake. And it is time. It is time that we woke up and started wielding our power on these treacherous, treasonous beings. These men who have absconded from the community, but not without throwing us under the bus first. So let's get right into this, right? Let's get right into this. Oh, my Lordy. All right. Oh, my gosh. This is not what I wanted to do. This is not what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. Right there and here. All right, so here we go. Somebody said, I don't know what I'm talking about. Hear for yourselves. Hear for yourselves. All right. So they're going to show a whole bunch of footage of him walking, and you're going to see how, it's just some corniness. Look, he's like walking around, and they got some corny music from the 60s playing, and they're taking some photos of him. I don't know what this was for or what this clip was taken from. I was sent the clip myself. So this is him and his wife. I believe this is his first wife. I didn't do much research on it. I really only cared about the clip. So I don't know what they're doing. They're just walking around. Oh, the lovely couple.
Yeah, talk to the little girl for something.
Are they buying something in the store? I don't know what's going on. But, she's giving people money. They walking around in their wealthiness. Look, she got the fur on. We don't need the music in here, but look, I don't know what this is. This must be New York. Oh my gosh, this is the way New York looked way back in the days. Yes, I just saw a yellow cab. Let me show you all something, because I remember this from when I was a little girl, right? You see this thing right here? My mother told me that this thing right here was something to call the police with. That they had these things on the corners to call police and and the fire department. It had like these buttons or whatever. But they don't have those around New York anymore. But I guess this is why it's so great to have vintage footage. But here, so let's continue. They got him with the old pimp music. Hey, 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 hey. So I think he's slick now. He got the hat with some little thing going on with his brim. You know. All right. Look, I don't know what's going on with this dude. They spent half of the video showing him. There's no sound here. It's just him walking down the street. I don't understand what is going on here and why we had to see him walking so much. I don't understand. So I guess maybe he got to the studio here. So now we are with a young, fine James Earl Jones and his vintage Becky. And the thing is, this lady, I love her look. Like the way the women look from like that James Bond era with the whole 60s do. I love the look. So here.
Good. Funny thing, when you talk about freedom,
I just want you to pay attention to him with his nose. I just want you to pay attention. Just pay attention. I'll rewind that back for you, because when you see the way he's behaving in this, you're gonna be like, ain't no way this man is not under the influence of something. Look.
good. Funny thing, when you talk about freedom, you're usually challenging the mad. You're challenging him to want to achieve anything he wants, to capture anything he wants, right? And
listen, we knew he was going to hit the wall from the state of his teeth. If you see the teeth give you an indication about overall health, and we knew he was speeding towards the wall just from looking at the gaptaciousness down there. We knew. Anyway, he's talking about freedom of the black man to choose any woman he wants. And that's freedom for him. You see the teeth. I could zoom in on it, but it's lunchtime. I'll zoom in anyway. If you're eating, just put your food down. This is... Oh, my Lord. All right. Listen, we're going to keep going forward. Go ahead.
capture anything he wants, right? And around the time he's 14, you begin to say, well, there's certain kind of women you shouldn't have, you know, and so on and so forth. Well, that's one aspect of the problem. I think that thing that happens at 14 should not happen, first of all. The man should pursue the kind of woman that either is in his dreams or is in his reality or whatever. Now you get to. How do you mean a war? Well, I'm sorry, cut it. All right, let's cut.
Look, he can't even get his train of thought together. He's like, sorry, cut it. What is his birthday? How old was he in the 1960s? Because he looks to me early 30s, 31. How old was he in 1960, you all? Somebody tell me in the comments. All right, so here we go. I just wanted you to see his demeanor real quick, because he's about to get very suspicious in a moment. He can't form a cohesive thought. You don't think he's attractive, Meta? I think there are things that are attractive about him. His face, to me, looks like a nice face. I like his low haircut. Skin is looking good. Bottom row of teeth is a little precarious, but I'm not going to take that away from him.
Where does the black man stand today in relation to the black woman, to the white woman, and why? In other words, do black men marry white women because of the nature of some black women today?
Well,
So the interviewer is white. I couldn't tell from his voice. This is my first real time watching it. So as you see, the interviewer is white. So he is sitting there before this white man giving the answers that he's about to give. I just want you to hear the answers that he's going to give. I just want you to hear.
Where does the black man stand today in relation to the black woman, to the white woman, and why? In other words, do black men marry white women because of the nature of some black women today?
Well, me sitting here. She's actually not Caucasian. She's a Mongoloid, and then she comes from the Magyar strain, right?
Right.
But she passes as white.
I just want you to look. What is the look that you're seeing on his face? It's pride. I got me an exotic, white-passing Mongoloid woman, so he says, right? So he says. He found him a white-passing. I just want you to look. What is the look that you're seeing on his face? What is that look? That looks like pride, glee, and she's sitting there like the Cheshire cat, like she swallowed the mouse and nobody knows. She swallowed the canary and nobody knows. Listen.
Now, I don't particularly care. I would, of course, be very interested in if people wanted to have intermarriages and were denied that right, though. Now, so what your question was, what is the...
We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. It's still going up because you...
I just want you all to notice, even as they were watching that, when you go back and watch it, notice the amount of times that they still cut. This is the edited version. They cut it in between, and he still couldn't get his answer together. Here we go.
Jim, do black men marry white women because of the nature of black women? I know in some of our earlier conversations you mentioned that the black women you've met have been uptight. What do you mean by that?
Well, I'll answer the one question, what do I mean by uptight? Going toward a more militant attitude about their own identity. And in many ways are way ahead of the black man.
Come on. I want you all to hear this. I want you all to listen to what it is that he's saying. Somebody is in the comments spreading lies. He got married right after the Anti-Miscegenation Laws were repealed in this country. We're going to go and we're going to look at the dates. He was married twice. His first marriage, I believe, to this woman, because they're wearing wedding bands on their fingers, only lasted about 5 years. Listen, just watch the video. Okay? Somebody say he looked demonic. Something don't look right about him. He looked off. Look at his face. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. He looked off. Here, I want you to hear, because now the interviewer is now leading him. Oh, in our prior conversations, you said that black women were uptight. These people are participating in the orchestration. Black men were instrumental in the destruction of the black family. Instrumental. This was long before Oprah. This was long before people claimed. And then Crystalline Karazin from The Pink Pill, she did a video showing the early, she went through and she found early talk show videos with black women in it, where, because you know these guys were always talking about, oh, black women, they sold us out on these talk shows. Crystalline went and looked up the footage from these early talk shows, and that was not the case. The black women, what do you think the black women were doing in the early talk shows? They were on there crying and whining about how they wish that they could get a black man, and even that was annoying to black men, and they've switched the narratives and they gaslight us to this day. They talk about, and we're going to show the footage from Claudine. We might get in a little bit of trouble for that, but I just want you all to see the footage that caused the conversation for black men to come and say that free cheese and powdered milk took them out of the home. Oh, my Lord. Here we go. Let's continue. Here. Unbelievable.
Attitude about their own identity.
Yeah, let's go back a little bit so you can hear the full
What do you mean by that?
Well,
black women you've met have been uptight. What do you mean by that?
Well, I'll answer the one question, what do I mean by uptight? Going toward a more militant attitude about their own identity. And in many ways are way ahead of the black man, because I don't know why, but in many ways are replacing the black man. There's a whole, there's an almost an unfeminine aspect of the black militant woman.
Do you find that some black women...
All right, let's break down what it is that we've heard so far. There's an unfeminine aspect of the black woman. She is ahead of the black man. She's more militant. I mean, he's embarrassing himself. This is embarrassing. So he's basically saying that black women have had to replace black men in terms of caring for the household, etc. And he doesn't see how that's embarrassing for black men. He doesn't see that. Let's continue going forward.
Women you've known out of your personal experience.
So now he wants him to give stories. Listen.
The black militant woman.
Do you find that some black women you've known out of your personal experience blame the black man for what happened to them in slavery even today?
Of course. You know, if the black man, regardless of the causes, failed to protect her, left her in a position where she had to sell herself or bargain with her body and so on. Yes, you know, she had there's a resentment about that, but it's very complex now. You see, I think in another generation you'll get a whole crop, a whole generation.
Jim, where does...
They had to cut him, and then he's going to try again. This man is relentless. The interviewer will not stop until he gets a soundbite of him bashing black women. And guess who obliges? Let's continue.
Jim, where does the black man stand today in relation to the black woman, the white woman? Why? You hear it said that some black... I better do that again. I'm sorry.
The part that's stunning to me about this is the 1960s. This is the height of Jim Crow. Black women needed black men then. Needed them for protection, for provision. And this was the campaign? This is unbelievable.
Jim, do black men marry white women because of the nature of black women? You've said in some of our earlier conversations that black women seem to be uptight. Uptight about what?
It's the freaking height of the Jim Crow era. Black women are uptight. The fuck? I'm sorry, this just doesn't make... excuse me, what the hell is he talking about? People were getting food thrown on them at counters. They couldn't go into certain places. They had shit-stained restrooms with fecal splattered everywhere that they had to use. Moldy, disgusting water fountains. They couldn't get ice cream. They couldn't enjoy the comforts of living. They couldn't even get good books inside their school. Uptight. They were getting billy clubs cracked on their head. Their children were not safe. Their children could get killed and nobody would do anything about it. And you're talking about, what were they uptight about, Jim? He got this man over here calling him Jim. Oh, my Lord. These males were instrumental in the destruction of the black family. But if you hear them tell it was you, black woman, it was you.
Uptight. Uptight about what?
Uptight about their...
This one, look, she looked like she wants to answer. You see her mouth fixing? She's sitting there zoning in and out like some damn Go Ask Alice novel. She looked like she done had one injection too many before this broadcast. She's there like... Come on. I'm sorry, that's the crack jaw. That's the crack jaw. She's on something else. Let's go forward. Let's go. Yeah.
That black women seem to be uptight. Uptight about what?
uptight about their position in society. There are many, because I'm generalizing now, many are overreacting against Aunt Jemima, the Aunt Jemima image, the submissive Mother Earth type, unselfish, all giving, especially all giving to the white man, sexually and in the kitchen and every other way. And she's also overreacting against the problem of having to be the breadwinner, the matriarch of the house. The myth of the black matriarch is really a myth, because she is not. It wasn't her choice. Many black women, I'm sure, once they found this job had a certain social and political dignity to it, relished it and wielded the rolling pen, like any.
Wait, relish the Aunt Jemima? Wait, hold on, I need to hear that again.
Dignity to it.
Because he's taking so long to make his point. Even I'm zoning out. I'm looking at your comments. I can't even pay attention to this. But we're going to try again. So she relished the rolling pin? This man. You ever seen them old Flintstones where the men would get beat upside their head with a rolling pin? That's what he needs to snap him out of this coke days or whatever he's doing.
Social and political dignity to it, relished it and wielded the rolling pen,
I'm sorry, like I need to find out what he's saying she relished.
The problem of having to be the breadwinner, the matriarch of the house. The myth of the black matriarch is really a myth, because she is not. It wasn't her choice. Many black women, I'm sure, once they found this job had a certain social and political dignity to it, relished it and wielded the rolling pen, like any minority group mama would do.
I don't understand what he's saying.
But no matter how much she might relish it, it wasn't her choice to begin with. She would always have preferred the black male to have run the house, to have saved her from white rapists, white slave owners,
Is the black woman
So you see, he's talking about the ineffectuality, the ineffectiveness of black men, the neuteredness of black men, the impotence of black men. He's talking about the failings of black men to protect the black woman. And here he is proudly in the 1960s, sitting up there with a white woman and a white interviewer. Somebody had the nerve to say this interviewer is black. You better scroll back and look at his white ass skin and his straight ass hair and tell me go find this interview and prove to me that this person is quote unquote black. White passing black person. Listen, one of their parents black, one of their parents white. Come on now, come on. You can't have all of it. You can't have straight hair and the white skin and all of that and then still talk about you black Rachel Dolezal. Come on, let's continue. I'm sorry. I can't understand what he's saying.
But I recognize that this reaction can exist, you see. Ask me another question.
You hear him.
Why did you marry Julianne?
I married Julianne because she's Julianne.
Julianne.
I married Julianne because she's Julianne. The glee. Look when he starts talking about
Julianne.
I married Julianne because she's Julianne.
Julianne.
Nothing to do with race at all, really.
No, not at all.
If I looked at it from a social standpoint, I could say that she outshone, as a person, most women I met of any race.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
All right, Julianne.
Yes.
Why did you marry Jim? But first, do you know what Jim means by the uptightness of black women?
Oh, yes.
Here he goes. He's roping her into it too. It's like, come on. Black women were the least protected, most disrespected members of society. Why is a wealthy black man, his concubine, a white man, over here, sitting up, trying to find reasons to talk about the inequities of the black woman, the uptightness, eliciting all of these people in on his agenda? This is unbelievable. Here, do you know what he means by the uptightness? And she's so happy to answer this question. Why, yes. Yes.
Women I met of any race, you know.
Thank you.
All right, Julian, why did you marry Jim? But first, do you know what Jim means by the uptightness of black women?
Oh, yes.
You've been in the theater.
Well, I've felt it. I've sensed it with almost every black woman that we know, whether they accept me or not. You know, whether there's always a tolerance, but there's always hostility behind it. I can understand it intellectually. Thank God I didn't have to go through the process that made it occur. I happen to think it's a good thing that they're showing hostility. I think it's the only thing they can show at the moment. And I think out of the hostility, I think that's a healthy sign. I think out of that.
Then they cut her ass. As soon as she started saying that shit, they cut her ass the hell off. Listen. They cut her ass the hell on off. As soon as she started saying, I think it's a healthy thing. She has nothing else that she can do except be hostile. This is too much. Listen, we're going to read the apples in a moment. So start sending your apples through now. The link to the Cash App is in the description, so you can send those through and I'll read your comment on air. Remember, the Cash Apples help to support the show and the channel as well as the text notification squad. Let's jump over to James Earl Jones, y'all. James Earl Jones. And then we're going to look at the anti-miscegenation laws. We're going to look at who got the anti-miscegenation laws repealed. Oh, the James Earl Jones. Let's see. All right. James Earl Jones married Julianne Marie. They were married between 1968 and 1972. I don't know if you can see that, but it's right there in the middle of the screen. He also got married to Cecilia Hart, another white woman, from 1982 to 2016. They were married. So this is Julianne right here. You can see a little bit more of her mongoloid features. Let's see if we can get the let's see if we can get the search to show here. So this is him and his Julianne. Oh, they were so excited to be in love. This is and this is just so much. This is so much. She looked like she hit the wall fast and furious. Didn't look like she lasted very long, with that type of behavior. Whatever it was that they were doing. This is, I believe, his new wife. It says Julianne Marie and James Earl Jones. So, I don't know what the H is going on. Maybe they connected or whatever. Oh. What? Julianne Marie. What is this? Oh, I can't read it. It's too small. Let me see if I could, let me see. I can't see it, and it's lost its focus. All right, so there we go. All right, so this was his first wife. Then he had his second wife, who was what was her name? Let's go back to the beginning. Let's go. Her name was Cecilia Hart. They were married from 1982 to 2016. This is her right here. So I want to see some see, but this is what I'm saying. By the time the 80s came around, his good looks did not last him very long at all. Oh my gracious. I don't, I want to, it just, he went from, I don't know what happened to him. I think maybe after he stopped with his substances, allegedly, or whatever the case may be, because I cannot find a young picture of him with this woman. I mean, because I'm saying, look at how this is, you see what I'm saying? He just went from young to just jabberjaws. Ugh, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Nonetheless. All right. So here we go. All right. So we're going to read the apples as they have come in. All right. All right. So Agia sends $1 and says, Black women have a reason to be uptight. Like, really, Jimmy? I'm saying, I don't get it personally. The question was just weird. All right, so let's take a look at anti-miscegenation laws. Remember, his first marriage was in 1970. Let's take a look at that. Let's go back to the very beginning. The first marriage was in 1968. Listen. 1968. Let's take a look at the anti-miscegenation laws as they existed in the United States, right? Here we go. Anti-miscegenation laws in the United States. All right. So you can find this online. You can take a look at it. It says, in the United States, anti-miscegenation, also known as miscegenation laws, were passed by most states that prohibited interracial marriage and interracial intimate relations. Such laws predate establishment of the United States, some dating to the later 17th or early 18th century, or more after the complete racialization of slavery, right? So slavery wasn't originally racialized, but they racialized slavery. They had the anti-miscegenation laws. Most states had repealed such laws by when? Listen. Cynthia is right. When Cynthia talks about how the moment the laws were repealed, they couldn't wait. They were repealed by 1967. I just want you to see. They were repealed by 1967. 1967. When did he marry his first wife? Let's take a look. 1968. A few months after the law was repealed, he went and got married. This is just too much. This is too much. The moment that the law was repealed, he was like, you know what? Let me go. You remember that what was it? Where they was like, where the white women at? Blazing Saddles or whatever the case may be. All right. Let's take a look now. At the clip from Claudine. Remember the clip that everyone was talking about? Oh, the welfare took black men out the house. The free cheese took them out. Okay, so here.
The welfare people gonna find out, then you gonna be the man. The welfare man.
So listen. Basically, him and this guy are talking. You hear him, right? We can't play too much of it. We can't play too much of it because of copyright issues, right? So basically, they're talking about, he doesn't want to contribute to the household. So at the time, Claudine was receiving government assistance. This is a film from 1960 something. The woman that he's dating was receiving government assistance, and he doesn't want to contribute to the house. He wants to sit up there, eating the children's cereal, drinking the milk, using up the money and the lights and all of that stuff, whatever it is that she was receiving from public assistance. He wanted to sit up there and benefit from it, but he didn't want to contribute to the household, right? So this is him. This is what I'm saying. What year was this taken? Because he has already hit his descend. Listen. So let's just skim through this a little bit. Let's see if we hear. We can't really be playing all this music and stuff. So here, let's see what we hear here. We can't really have music in here, especially if it's a famous song, especially. So let's see. Nope. So what we'll do is we'll just play it without the music. So you see she's over here working and doing all this stuff. So I guess she has to now she's hiding trinkets and stuff. Oh my goodness. Hiding trinkets. Wow. All these children she has here. All these children. I guess she's trying to make the place look worse, putting away the rugs and all of this. You know we can't play for too long steadily. So then she opens up the door, right? She opens the door for the woman. So now they're pretending. So this is a young Diane Carroll, right? And so the daughter lets the woman in, and the woman is looking all around the house and checking to see. Look at this little cutie right here, all up in their business. This look like she has 5 kids in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 children. I don't remember what happened to her husband. I believe he passed away or something. So the woman is walking through the house, looking around to kind of check things out, right? And then she comes to the closet. I just want you all to see this embarrassment. She comes to the closet because she's looking all around the house. I just want you to see this embarrassment, right? So she's talking. I don't know what questions she's asking her. Let's see if we hear a question or two.
I have a man come over for dinner. He brings me a damn 6-pack. Oh, there are 2 left, Miss Kayback. Would you like a beer? I'm sorry.
All right. So in this movie, they are presenting it as if, well, you know, you can't really have a man in the house if you're going to be receiving these benefits. And we're going to have to do a little bit more research on this, right? We're going to have to do a little bit more research on this because I am being told that other races of women were allowed to be able to have men who were also on public assistance, farmland women. So let's get our facts straight on that. Right? So she's saying this, that, and the other, right? And then so she's looking all around the house, writing down.
Figuring that comes to about $2.15, Miss Kayback. That's plus tax.
You mean to tell me that's all he gives you, $2.15?
Okay, so she's trying to find out how much he gives, right? Damn it. Where is, geez Louise. They don't show the scene with him hiding in the closet. Because I want her, because what happens is, the woman walks all throughout the house, right? She walks all, and I remember when apartments in New York used to look like this. I remember this old style right here with the high ceilings and all those windows. Listen, we're going to have to try to find another scene because they have this scene. She opens up the closet door and guess who is standing in the closet? Cuckolded by the system. He's standing in the closet. Ugh. I need to find that scene of him in the closet. Ugh. Jeez. Let's see, Here's another clip. Right? Here's another clip. This is so embarrassing. I don't understand how people don't see this as embarrassing. So here's another clip, right? He's sitting up in the house. The kids are all, so she has so many children. So let's see. He got on his hat. Let's see. I want to find the scene where she comes to the closet door. This look. Listen. What man? He has, it looks like he has a heater or a toaster on his head. What man that's about some real business is going to be standing here in a closet? Somebody said, give us some recent news. Part of the reason that I'm talking about this is because Black women have been abandoned for quite some time, and Black men know this, and yet they still gaslight us. So here, let's see.
Now, Miss K-Back, why do they keep messing with me all the time?
Ah, because the system's one big screw-up.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say it, because no one...
This man was such a fool.
So you're the gentleman that's been keeping company here.
All right. This is it. That's the scene. Does he look like a real man to you? With a toaster on his head hiding in the bathroom? Does this look like a real... I just want you to screenshot this shit. Let me take my photo off of here so you can screenshot this shit. Screenshot this. So I want you to screenshot this at this man with his testicles sunken up into his body, hiding out in the closet, so that the welfare person does not count him as a contribution to the home. I just want you to just screenshot that. Screenshot that shit. Just screenshot it. This is unbelievable. Look, we're going to talk a little bit longer about anti-miscegenation, how they got repealed. So here, Loving versus Virginia. Listen, you all see what I'm seeing. Listen, Loving versus Virginia. This is how the law got repealed, right? Loving versus Virginia, 1967, was a landmark civil rights decision of the U.S. Supreme Court in which the court ruled that laws banning interracial marriage violate the equal protection and due process clauses of the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. Oh, gosh. And beginning in 2013, that was used to also get gay marriages repealed. So who was Loving and Virginia? So Loving versus Virginia. So here, this is the thing right here. Mildred and Richard Loving. This is the couple. I'm going to show you their picture. This is the picture right here. I don't know what she was thinking, because this man held up on her neck like that. I ain't liking the vibes I'm seeing in this, but she loved this man. People are going to try to pretend as if this was a black woman. This was not a black woman. They even state on here that Mildred Loving was a woman of quote unquote color. She was born and raised in the town of Central Point, Caroline County, Virginia. She was known as a quiet and humble woman. Mildred identified herself as Indian Rappahannock, but was also reported, I don't know if you can't see this. Let me put this up here so you can see. All right. She identified herself as Indian Rappahannock, but was also reported as being Cherokee, Portuguese, and had a tiny small amount of African American ancestry. Do you see that? It's right there. It's right there. So people will be like, oh, a black woman got it repealed. No, it's a multi-ethnic preference woman with the help of a white man got this repealed. A white man holding her in some sort of neck hold. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what's going on. That's my full video for today. That's the full video. That's the full video. I want some of your comments. We have a little bit, we have 15 minutes until we get to an hour. So let me open up the phone lines for you all so that we can take 15 minutes of phone calls about this whole boondoggle. I want to hear your thoughts about all of this. I want to hear your thoughts. I'm going to get boondoggle on a t-shirt. Watch, I'm going to get it on a t-shirt for you all, because that is one of my favorite words and it has become some of yours as well. All right. Phone lines are open. This is the number going across the screen, 323-488-3149. The reason why I brought up this video today is because of Alphonse Ribeiro's story. You all have already heard the story that Alphonse Ribeiro is talking about the black community didn't support his interracial marriage, and so his career never really fully took off. I wish I would, you know what, I'm going to talk about that in a whole video in and of itself, as well as Taye Diggs and their faltering careers that they want to blame on black women. But if that is the case, then by all means, I am stunned that our foremothers allowed this mess to go on. I need you to turn down your system in the back. I'm going to come to you in 1 second, okay?
Okay.
All right. I'm stunned that our foremothers allowed these black men to get thriving careers on our dime, backs, and support, Meanwhile, they were not supportive of us. If he wanted to be with a white woman, by all means, go be with a white woman. It doesn't matter. But don't drag black women under the bus. Go be with whoever it is that you want, but don't sully and disparage our names. So we have our first call. You're on the air with Tanya. What is your name?
Hey, Tanya. My name is Teresa.
Hi, Teresa.
Hi.
So what
I'm
is your
calling
comment?
in just because I wanted to just say that I see so much in the video you just did with the guy and the preference in his vehicle driving around with the questions. And this video from James Earl Jones, it's just a continued cycle of an attack on black women and what their lack of support, lack of loyalty, lack of love have done to us. But yet it's our responsibility.
Yes.
We're supposed to hold all the cards for the things that they've done, and they act like they are completely innocent. I was listening to another show yesterday, and the guy said, I can't believe all these women let these absent fathers run in and out of their kids' lives. And it's like, there's no responsibility put on men ever. And it seems to only be black men that just lack accountability, and everyone from the system to us and our neighborhoods and communities don't put any responsibility or accountability on them. I just don't know how we got into this vicious cycle. They don't have to pay bills. They don't have to take care of kids. I live in the suburbs of Chicago. We just had a recent shooting of a police officer.
Oh, shoot. Hold on. I'm sorry. My camera just decided, I tried to tilt it up and it said, no. Hold on. I got to get my camera back together. You can talk. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so I live in the suburbs of Chicago. We just had a recent police shooting, and they killed a young Spanish mother. And instead of the entire system talking about black men and their terrorism of the communities that they live in, they talk about police brutality, police accountability. There's absolutely no accountability for black men.
Who in that situation? A black person killed the mother?
2 black men in a traffic stop killed a young Spanish police officer. She had just become a mother. I think her child is 9 months old.
What? Are you serious?
That was just this weekend. I think her partner is in critical condition.
Oh my Lord.
3 black men and a young black girl in the car.
Are you serious?
Random traffic stop. And they want to talk about what the mayor hasn't done, what the police force hasn't done, what the police commissioner hasn't done, why they're not investing in the community. There is no responsibility for who actually pulled the trigger, bought the gun, loaded the gun. I just don't get it. I just don't get why everybody has to have kid gloves with these people. These are adults who are making these decisions every day. It's all the time. There's no accountability. They don't have to be fathers. They don't have to work. They don't have to do anything. And everybody looks for somebody else to blame. It's always racism's fault. It's always the white man's fault. It's never them.
Wow. You know what? Thank you so much for adding your comments.
Thank you for letting me call in. I love you. Thank you, Tanya.
All right, bye-bye. Wow, that is stunning. Phone lines are open. This is unbelievable. I'm giving you all 5 minutes to talk. Get your most potent point in first. And we're just talking about James Earl Jones and how he has been a treasonous sellout since long before free cheese and powdered milk supposedly took black men out of the homes. And listen, it is Cynthia's theory. Hold on, we're going to discuss it in a moment. Another call is coming in. You're on the air live with Tanya. Hold on.
Hi, Tanya. This is Jessica. How are you?
I'm sorry. There's somebody by the name of Dana Henry that says, stop bashing our men. Oh, men do what women allow. Oh my goodness. You know what? Here. I'm sorry. Here we go. To get it. I'm trying not to. I'm trying. Listen. It's calling me. I couldn't help myself. Here it is. Superman! I mean, come the hell on. Here we go.
Okay, you can just leave it at the top of the stairs. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello? Okay,
Yes,
sorry,
my
I'm at
dear.
work. Are you ready?
No, actually, I'm not. Let me put you on hold one more again, please. Because
Okay,
I want
no
this
worries.
young lady to hear the anthem. Here we go. I ain't going nowhere, 'cause you're the black man I wish I knew. There's no way I can ever go. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm living without you. Let's get here. And I am telling you, I'm not going nowhere. 'Cause you're the black man I wish I knew. There's no one who could ever do. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm divesting without you. I'm not waking up tomorrow morning to see that there's no black man there. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Living without you. I'm not living without you. I don't wanna be free. And yo, you're gonna love me. Oh! What the hell? Come on. And I am telling you, I'm not going. You're in the air, 'cause you're the black man I wish I knew. There's no way I could ever go, girl. Oh, my Lord, we done lost her. I'm sorry. I was serenading you, but it must have hit the thing. We must have hit the thing by mistake. Uh-oh, we lost you. Call back in. You're on the air live with Tanya.
Hey.
What's your name?
My name is Leslie. Hi, Tanya.
Hi, Leslie. You're on the air live.
Hey, so really, what I wanted to add to all of this is, first of all, thank you so much for sharing that she wasn't actually a black woman with 100% black. And I'm not necessarily interested in figuring out the percentages in everyone, but the most poignant point that I have is that they want to get the benefits of being the most pathetic man on the face of the planet, but they also want us to call them kings. The two can't coexist. If you are saying that you don't want any accountability and you don't want any expectations and you don't want and everybody's being so mean to you, right? But then these are the same men who rely on black women's support. They want to make it look like we don't matter and we don't have any value. But when black women no longer support black men, their careers are usually over. As Alfonso mentioned, it's like we're not going to support you in going to any of the things. So if we don't matter and we're so awful, why do you need us so bad?
It's true.
I'm supposed to feel bad for you. I'm supposed to tell you that, okay, well, you have all of this litany of reasons why your life is so hard and you can't do anything, yet and still you want me to treat you like you're powerful, like your decisions are sound and your power as a king is so important that I need to give you credence when you're making these complaints. Like, when we talk about KS or we talk about any of the other men in the manosphere and they're bringing up these talking points, I mean, thank God for you and other women like you who are pointing out how little masculinity is in it, but also how much they're gaslighting black, but for me, the point I want to add is that they're gaslighting black women to say that we don't matter, but the only reason they're relevant is because of black women.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanya.
Prophesize!
Thank you.
Thank you for calling in. Thank you. All right. We're going to call the young lady back who got disconnected because I felt bad because we did have her on hold for quite some time. So somebody said they give up on calling through. Don't give up. Just try back. Oh, I don't think we're going to get her. Let's see. Somebody in the comments said their balls is itching. Honey, you need to don't be like Ashton Kutcher and Gyllenhaal. Go dip your bowls in some soap and water. Oh, we couldn't get her back on the line, but we tried. She must have had to go. You know, sometimes people call on they break, and by the time, sometimes they don't have the capacity. So listen, phone lines are open 323-488-3149. You're on the air live with Tanya. What is your name?
This is Jessica. Hi, Tanya.
Hi, Jessica. Hi, welcome. Mm-hmm.
Hi. I just wanted to add to the conversation. I wasn't able to listen to the entire broadcast, but I don't know if you've heard of the interview that Eartha Kitt did about the backlash that she received for marrying interracially. And when she was, sorry, that's my alarm. She received a backlash, and when she was asked about it, like, why didn't you marry a black man? And I'm just reading her reply. She said, I would reply because the white girls had him. The men I wanted to be with, Sidney Poitier, Harry Belafonte, dated predominantly white women. I'm talking about the 50s when Harry Belafonte picked me out of his bed in Philadelphia and said, I don't want you to take me seriously because no black woman can do anything for me. And, and it goes on from there. So I don't know if anybody's added that to the conversation.
The white women had the black. You got me typing furiously, trying to find this clip. I need this clip. Okay, somebody's trying to call me on WhatsApp. You need to hold on for just a moment. I'd have to close the phone lines to take the WhatsApp call. So just bear with me for one moment, okay? All right, I'm looking for the video. Oh, what really happened between Eartha Kitt and Lady? No. Eartha Kitt speaks the truth about the White House. No. I need this clip. I don't know what the clip is. You have to find this for me.
Send it to you if I can get it to you quickly.
Okay, send it to my website, tanyatko.com/contact.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Interesting. Thank you for giving this tidbit. Was that all you wanted to add, or did you want to add something else?
No, that was it because yes, that was it. I just wanted to say hi, love your show, and just add that point. You have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Wow. So Eartha Kitt was kicked out of Sidney Poitier's bed. Listen, or was it Belafonte? I was just so stunned. Oh my gosh. All right. So we've gone over the hour, but these calls are so good. I can't stop now. So I'm going to open up WhatsApp to take this call real quick. Give me just one moment. Listen, the person who was calling in on WhatsApp, I need you to be prepared, and I need you to talk to me through the phone, not through the computer. Okay? There we go. You're on the air live with Tanya.
Hello.
What's your name? Yes.
Oh, hello, Tanya.
Hi, what is your name?
I'm sure you'd answer me. Hi, my name's Amy.
Your name is Aileen?
Yes.
Okay.
I love watching your show. Thank you for answering me.
Thank you. I need you to get to your most potent point first, okay?
Okay, generally, so I'm a black person, English black person. I'm 24. And I currently go out with a white person. Not to say that, I don't care about my own color or I cannot date my own color, but it's like a conversation I would have with my mom. My mom is Jamaican, and now she's looking into her black history. She's kind of finding out, the whole backstory and everything. And she believes that I shouldn't treat, other people that's different skin color the same because of their history. and their backstory. But I can't agree with that because obviously I'm a new generation. You know, if I was to think the same as my dad, it would be like, or my mum in general. If I was to think like my mum in general, it would just, it wouldn't turn out really good. And in that situation, we wouldn't have any communication with each other. And my mom doesn't really want that because she believes that, in this day and in this new age, this new generation, black people need to rise, and which is very true, which I agree with my mom. But trying to kind of exile them, kind of push them out, and trying to say, oh, we're going to take back the toll and this and everything, it doesn't solve the problem. And the main thing in general is men, and the men, white men in general, have too much overpowerment over the black men. Because of that, back history, they they're not confident enough,
What are your
and they're not
thoughts about
confident
James
enough for
Earl?
their
What are your
for the black
thoughts?
woman.
What are your thoughts about James Earl Jones and the treasonous behavior stemming from the 1960s? What's your thoughts on James Earl Jones and the rampant, incessant amount of black men who have come out and continue to come out until this day, disparaging black women in their choices for dating and mating interracially? What are your thoughts on
This
that?
is the point, and I totally agree with you. Because of the sheer fact that they put that that rule against us, and the rule against black men and women, they seem to kind of just agree with that situation. And because they agree with that situation, they treat us in a way how, I'm not going to say it's all white people, but in most white people in general, they treat us in a way that what they want, as we call them, bounties. I call them bounties. Someone who's black, who talks white, intellectual, acts, in a way of a, government
Let
or
me
whatever
ask you
you
a
can call
question,
them,
caller.
but
Let
they're
me ask
black.
you a question, caller. Let me ask you a question. Your
Yeah.
decision to marry a white man, is it because of the uptightness of black men?
Definitely not.
All right,
Definitely
then, and
not.
that's my point
Definitely
right
not.
there. Your call has
I
nothing to
think,
do. Excuse me.
I think,
Excuse me.
oh,
Hello?
go on. Sorry.
Yes, you're entering into your 4 minutes right now.
Yeah,
You're
go
calling
on.
up
Sorry
with
about
your
that.
point is not relevant to the discussion. Your point is not relevant. It has nothing
It
to
is kind
do
of relevant.
how it's not. You just called up to let us know that you're in love with a white man and your family doesn't approve. We don't care who you love. We
No,
don't care
it's
who
not
black men
that.
love.
It's not that.
So
If
then
you
I think
think
so then
about what I'm
listen,
trying to
listen,
say,
listen, listen.
is
No,
that,
no, 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 no.
look,
No, no, no. Instead of trying to say something, say it. I'm going to give you
well,
60 seconds
I'm
to
going
make
to
your
say it
mo
to
point.
you now.
Listen,
I
I'm going to give you
disapprove of how black people are treating us, black men in general treating us, because of how they were taught to treat us in a way. Why were they taught to treat us in a way? Because us black women, we're beautiful, the way how we are, you know, they don't like it. And I'm not speaking generally speaking all white people in general. I'm just saying in some general they don't like it. So the thing what they turn to the most, the people that's supposed to be there to love us the most, to care for us the most, yeah, is not there. Because
Okay.
they told them to do this to us
Who
when we're
told
supposed to
them?
be together. So we're supposed to bring each other up, but we can't bring each other up because someone tells us, you know, no, we don't want them to be up. We don't want them. We want them to be down. If we, you want our help, for you to feel better about yourself, to feel more superior, bring that person down. Bring those black women down.
Is
That is
this
my
what
point.
happened in the UK?
Yes, I'm from the UK.
Okay. And so you are not, but I don't understand what all of your mother being Jamaican and your father and they don't agree and all this other stuff. I don't see how that had anything to do with the
I'm
point that you
trying
just
to
made.
say that older generation, is putting too much on the younger generation, and it's not fair. They are not giving the new generation any of rights to to think for themselves, to be more
Okay.
open. You know,
All right. Well,
we
thank
can't
you
do that.
so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for
Sorry,
calling
sorry,
in.
sorry.
Thank you. Have a top of your
Thank you.
evening to you. Enjoy some tea. All right. So, listen. I got no comment. I'm going to open back up the regular phone lines. I've closed the WhatsApp. There's no more. No more. Regular phone lines are open. 323-488. Listen, I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. I appreciate everybody for calling in. I appreciate the young lady who just called in. You all make the show. So thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Dante said I'm probably rude in real life. Listen, I'm a New Yorker and I'm very direct. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. You know what I'm saying? There are some people who consider me rude and there are some people who consider me very patient. So it depends on your perspective because I'm just me. I like me. You're on the air with Tanya. I need you to turn down whatever's going on in the background. Okay. I need you to listen, talk to me through the phone, please. You're done. I'm sorry. It's just, I need you, when you call up, make sure that you are ready to mute whatever you're listening to. And you need to be listening to the phone. You need to have your ear. This is too much. I love this. This is so much. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. Listen. 323-488-3149. 323-488-3149. See, some people think I'm patient. Some people think I'm rude. But listen, I am not an endless supply. I'm not your Superman. Oh! You're on the air live with Tanya again. You got another chance. I need you to make sure your stuff is down in the background. Give us your most potent point first.
Hi, Tanya. This is Kaya. I was just calling because I wanted to point out I'm an 80s baby, and I feel like crack is what took the black man out the home, including just men that I know. So I kind of don't understand the whole welfare thing, especially since men are eligible for welfare now. It kind of sounds redundant to me. I really just wanted to make that point.
Oh, okay. So you think crack took black men out the home? Well, listen. I'm sure there is, racism is real. The war on drugs was real. COINTELPRO, I know I ain't saying that right because of my New York accent. COINTELPRO, exactly, was real, right? Bush was real. Reagan was real. These people were real. There have been obstacles that have been put in place to destroy Black people, Black men, Black women. That interview was an obstacle meant to destroy Black women. A full-throttled approach. The thing that is problematic to me, and listen, judging from the sniffling and the nose shuffling that Earl was doing inside that video, I wouldn't be surprised if the cocaina didn't lead over to some crackish. You know what I'm saying? But my whole point is, yes, there have been obstacles that have been in our way in this country. However, if Black men are saying that they are leaders, what is the long game? What is the projected long game? Where do we go? How do we get to where it is that we want to be? If you are a leader, how are we going to get to where we want to be as a society? Because each and every time that we turn around, we got the kitten in heels, we got red pills, we got MGTOWs, incels, black this, black that. And I don't understand. I don't understand.
We have a lot of those males who aren't putting their energy in the right place. Honestly, if we want to make sure that going forward, Black men are respecting Black women that are coming up, we need the Black men that are out here now not telling us that they want to build a museum and donate to their schools like Dr. Umar and donate to this and that, but actually make those moves. And Black women, we've been great at doing that forever. I'm only 33. My mother's 70. I've been seeing it for quite some time. And it's like, honestly,
the rhetoric that what we're speaking and what we're saying, that it just makes them shut down more, unfortunately, especially the ones that I talk to, the ones I send your shows to, they shut down immediately because it's always about accountability. I don't know how we can make Black men become accountable. I would love to know, because I'm going to start it today if I can.
How to make Black men accountable?
Yeah, how we guys can see accountability. I have a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old, two boys, and that's what I preach all day is accountability for everything that they do. Instead of being upset, it's I want you to become accountable for that mistake you made so you don't make it again. And me trying to instill that in them at this age, I plan for them to be 30-year-old guys who are able to first start with what's my accountability in this situation? How are we failing ourselves?
Well, you know what? I can say responsible, respectable Black male role models. I think that that's a great place to start because I have accountable, responsible men in my family. So it's like people, so I know that it is possible in this environment to be able to raise responsible, respectable Black men. I personally would not know how to do that without a man because there's this dynamic that happens between the cub and the lion. And you know how Simba thought he killed his father or whatnot. There comes a time in Black young men's lives. So first, boys turn away from God, which is the mother, right? Because the female body is the God that babies know. This is where they receive their nourishment, their words from the outside, their thinking, their all of that, their sustenance from the Black woman. When boys begin to realize that they are male, they turn away from the woman and they turn towards men. There comes a point in Black young men's lives where they buck up against the patriarch. And the patriarch then has to show him that there are consequences for his actions. If he does not have a father in the home or male role models, that patriarch that he bucks up against may be the police, but they're not going to discipline with love, and the judicial system is not going to govern with a loving arm. The judicial system is just going to bang down that gavel, and that's it for him. Right? So I say Black male role models, Black men who are doing the damn thing. And if not Black men, some white male role models, they run this country anyway, right? Find some responsible ones to be a role model in the Black boy's life, because there are many a Black boy who, like, remember when we were listening to that wealthy Black CEO who was talking about Kevin Samuels, and he was saying that one of his mentors actually showed him the way. My father was an orphan, and so I asked my father, why did he stand by us, children, and why did he not turn away? Because, my mother died when I was a teenager, and my father was there, and he's still here to this day. When I was living in my car, he stepped up, and my brother stepped up. And so there are Black men out there who are doing the damn thing. However, you just have to find male role models for them, get them enrolled in some sort of mentorship programs, get them enrolled in something, because as a woman, I don't really know how effective you're going to be. There is a tonation in a woman's voice which is very pleasing. And when it comes to children, the woman's voice is not authoritative enough, even for children. And if you notice, when you get upset with your children, you deepen your voice and you discipline them with a deepened voice. And so I don't know, dear. I really don't know. Maybe there are some people in the comments who have successfully raised, Black boys into thriving men. Maybe there's some people in the comments who can give you more insight, because we have successfully raised girls. The older generation of boys in my family are all doing well, all except on the American side, there's some stuff that's touch and go over there, but the Caribbean side they're all doing well, all. And so there are things in place in this country that you have to fight against. So I'm going to leave that open for people in the comments to be able to to respond back to you on ways that you can get your boys to be accountable, good young Black men. Okay, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Listen, this has been such a great broadcast today. You all are giving me life. What's that? All right. So here we have some apples that have come in. We've actually got a lot of apples that have come in over this time. All right. So we have Lily who sent $5 and says, "Why are Black men and white women divorce rates so high? Because of you know why? Because of the lack of depth for the reasons that they get with one another." Joy sends $1 and says, "Decades of trash. Child, I feel you. I feel you. I feel what you're saying, child. Listen." Naima sends $1 and says, "He is multiracial, so what's the issue with it?" Is James Earl Jones multiracial? I did not realize that. So why do they have him speaking for Black men then if he's not even Black? If he's not Black, then why is he speaking for Black men? See, so this came at a time where, this is what I'm saying. This is why we really, truly need to make the distinction, because we have treacherous people among us who come out multi-ethnic backgrounds, who are light-skinned or whatnot, or Black appearing in phenotype, and then they start speaking for the daggone Black community, and then they start spreading their damn poison. Is James Earl Jones multi-ethnic? Even more embarrassing then, and even, ugh. Oh, Pretty sends $2 and says, "'Cause Super Mammies tickles me each time." Child, listen. I don't know what was going on with that commenter. Chandra sends $25. Thank you, Chandra. Says, "In the 80s on WF, SW visited my home. If you had a man or nice things, you were cut off." Oh, okay. Okay, so WF probably stands for welfare. In the 80s on welfare, the social workers visited my home. If you had a man or nice things, you were cut off. How old were you in the 80s to know what was going on, Chandra? So listen, I don't know. And then what was we need to look more into that. Let's look into that more. You know, Shay sends $1 and says, "It's funny how all three of them have been the main characters in the degrading of Black women." All three. Oh, Sidney Poitier, not my Harry Belafonte. Not my Harry Belafonte. Oh my goodness. Listen, my father likes those, I saw To Sir With Love. Something about To Sir With Love just never sat right with me, but my father showed me that film when I was young and impressionable. And there was something about it that was just ick to me. There was something weird about it. Rakaya sends $1 and says, "Crack took the Black men out the home." I finally realized what hashtag TB Moth means. Took Black men out the home. I finally realized what that means. Wait, she has a punching face. Wait, there's a punching emoji, punching a face down here. Lord have mercy. I don't know what is going on. I'm going to leave that alone. Okay, Amanda sends $1 and says, "I received my book." I haven't mailed out a book in months. You must have received it from Amazon. So I'm so happy you got your book. Make sure that you use it and let us know of the changes that take place in your life. All right? Yeah. You all are so amazing. All right. A. Dot sends 111 and says, "This whole episode has me confused." What has you confused? You got hella patience, much love and blessings. Child, listen, they 111 and 222. They try to tell me I'm rude. Tony sends $2 and says, oh, this is not the first message. Okay. This is the first message. No. This is the first message. James Earl Jones was treason because all the BM he knew were treasonous. It was acceptable to them. Now it is now their nature. BM aren't honest. Wow, really? How interesting. And Natalie says, trying to call in. Okay. Dashia sends $1 and says, check email. You sent the Eartha Kit. Okay, perfect. I'm going to get that. Thank you. So Natalie, Steve, my boy. Hey! Steve sends $50 and says, Tanya, if I become a 100 mil crypto man, can we party? Of course. Dubai? Listen, get a yacht, a plane. Let's fly out. I don't know there's some negative connotation associated with Dubai, so maybe not Dubai, but let's see, where can we go? Yeah, let's have fun. You know where I want to go? I want to go to Morocco and sail to Spain. That's what I want to do. I want to go to, you know what I want to do? This is what I want to do. I want to go to one of these countries that have like the air balloon parties, where like everybody is in these air balloons and like the whole sky is colorful with like these, like, you know, the balloons that you sit inside the basket. I want to do that. So absolutely. Thank you, Steve. I love your support. This is what I'm talking about. Remember Ray came through, you know, love bombing for a little while, and then I haven't seen him since. I don't know if he's still around or not, but he's gone. I haven't seen him. So what do we have up next? Oh, the Eartha Kit. Let's see. Here we go. All right. So let's see. So this is the Eartha Kit article. I know, this is what I'm saying. Dubai got all messed up because of the nastiness that was going on over there. So this is the article with Eartha Kit, and here it says, do you think you faced a lot of resentment just because you were married to a white man? And she says, oh yes, that caused the resentment. I was married to Bill McDonnell in 1960. I guess the miscegenation laws were repealed in her state before then. People would say, why didn't you marry a black man? I would reply, because the white girls had them. The men I wanted to be with, Sidney Poitier, Harry Belafonte, dated predominantly white women. I'm talking about the 50s when Harry Belafonte picks me out of his bed in Philadelphia and said, I don't want to be with you. I'm sorry, I'm doing too much. Harry Belafonte picks me out of his bed in Philadelphia and says, I don't want you to take me seriously because no black woman can do anything for me. I could not help him to progress into where he was going to go. A black woman would hold a black man back. That's what he told me. If I wanted to marry a black man, there wasn't one because the white girls had them. Wow. That is deep. That's deep. So, what is our takeaway from that? That black men were like hoes. They were wanting to have the power of the white man shone down on them through white women, through the women that white men raised. Talking about black women, there was something very unfeminine about black women, but adoring the femininity that women raised by the men who oppressed you are able to exhibit. So coveting the women created by another man's patriarchy, that these women were able to rest, because you heard what James Earl Jones said. You heard what he said, that there was something that the black women, that they had this militance about them, because they were ahead of the black man. You heard it. We were all here together. Let's see if we can find that part.
now. You get to...
How do you mean a war?
Well,
woman, and why? In other words, do black men marry white women because of the nature of some black women today?
Well, me sitting here, she's actually not Caucasian. She's a Mongoloid, and then she comes from the Magyar strain, right?
Right.
But she passed to have intermarriages, and we were denied because you.
We can't even get to his damn point. You just watch the front of the video because we can't even find his point because he's so zoinked out of his doggone mind. Phone lines are back open momentarily. I'm just going to take one or two more phone calls and then we're going to jump out of here. All right. So phone lines are open. Let me see if I can find a young lady who sent. I don't want people to send cash apps in for the phone because, you know, it's really random who is able to get through. So let me see if I can find. Oh, she's actually right at the top. She's right at the top. Yes, you're on the air.
Hi, Tanya.
Hi.
Well,
what is your name?
First of all, my name is Natalie.
Hi, Natalie. Welcome.
I'm so happy to finally be getting to talk to you. See, the thing is about the black man, he's been hypergamous for so long, he doesn't know how to provide it because that's what he's always been chasing. From what that man told Eartha Kitt, you should already know the hypergamous behaviors of black men. They chase wealth and hierarchy more than women. They want to lay around and be fed the grapes. And sorry, that's my daughter in the background.
Oh, no, take your time.
They want to lay about and be fed the grapes like the feminine felines that they are, and not have to provide because they felt that they've done so much. But to be perfectly honest, you've done nothing. I wasn't a slave. I wasn't born one. My father wasn't born a slave. So all these accolades that they're patting themselves on the back for, like, we built this country. Yes, and then you didn't get a penny for it because instead of claiming or trying to reclaim a piece for your own, you chose to integrate. You chose to integrate and further chase white women and the hypergamy that they can provide you because they know who really runs this country. They know who really runs society.
Okay, so my question to you is then why, when black men make more money, they're more likely to date and marry interracially? If they're hypergamous, why take their money and give it back to the white community?
Because they look around in those spaces, and unfortunately, because the white man isn't as treacherous as him, they mostly see white women. So when they're in these spaces and they see these grand men with these white women in their arms, for some strange reason, they think that's why they're there. This is the status. These are the trophies.
But that still means that he's giving his money away. So hypergamous means dating up. Hypergamous means dating down.
He's trading it for a status. He's trading it for a false sense of status. That's what he's doing. He give it willingly if the white man looks at him as though they are the same, as though they are on the same level. That the money isn't the point. It's the recognition they want. And they feel like they can't get that kind of recognition with a black woman on their arm because that's not what the white man has. And they covet everything the white man has.
Okay. So what you're saying is, and I'm glad that you said that because that was a theory that I was thinking. Part of the reason that black men who have money enter into these relationships with white women who have less money is because they assign a worth onto her whiteness and a worth onto her proximity to white men, so that they feel that they are getting status by proxy or status via proxy of this white woman,
Right.
that makes them one step closer to them themselves being a white man.
Right.
Very interesting. Thank you for this point of view. Thank you.
No problem. And then I was feeling this the whole time James Earl Jones was speaking, but the Eartha Kitt line that you read put the nail in the coffin. Like, what do you mean you can't get where you're going with me? Eartha Kitt name rings bells, and he still thinks so little of himself, his race, and the women that look like him, that he felt that she, an already rich black woman, couldn't do anything for him. It's the self-hate for me. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you have to remember, way back in the days, these people really didn't have money. You know, they were just trying to make it themselves in the 60s and 70s. So maybe Eartha Kitt was not wealthy back then.
But Eartha Kitt, though?
Yeah, but she wasn't wealthy back then.
She wasn't wealthy, but she was well known. She was well known.
Yeah, but apparently listen. Remember there was a person named Steve that just asked whether or not we could party when he becomes a crypto multimillionaire, right? And I'm like, well, I want to go to this and that area, et cetera, right? Now, there's when you think about a private plane and a boat and a yacht and traveling around in these places, what comes to mind, right? Being around opulence and magnificence and all of these things, right? So for a black man, how does he get the vision? Like, there's a vision of opulence that he has in his mind. There's a vision of what success looks like. And success looks like the vision he has and what is a part of that vision. So when he sees men who have power and who have success, who are these men with? What types of areas are these men in? This is why there are so many black people who emulate is that a cat or your baby?
I'm sorry, that's my baby. She's upset that she can't be out here with me. She's very spoiled. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness, go pick her up. She sounds like she about to listen. Go get the baby. Go get her. Just hold her, okay?
She over here abusing her brother. Oh my God.
This is what you're doing while you on the phone. The babies are over there in Mad Max world. Oh my Lord.
Funny thing. She was completely silent until I got on the phone. She doesn't.
That's how it is. So that means if you pick her up, she's going to be trying to get on the phone herself. So let's wrap this up then. Let's wrap it up.
Right.
So if he has this vision of what success, of having made it, looks like, and he wants all of the trappings, this is why black people emulate that which they think is going to be, more in a line with what they see rich people having, doing, being. You know what I mean? And for many black men, that also means having the type of woman that the man that he wants to be like has on his arms. And black men just don't see the foresight because they're not able to project and see that there's no end in sight for that. That you have to build up your woman as the status of beauty, that you have to build up the woman who looks like you, because if you continue to run after the woman who looks like your oppressor, there's no end in that except for your own annihilation.
This is so true, because no other race bigs up other races' women like black men do.
Yeah.
Every other race has a standard of beauty within their own. Like, the Spanish men love their women's hair, their bodies, they big that up. Asian men love how petite and small their women is, they big that up. Black men do more to tear down your self-esteem than anything, because they're not the lions of the kingdom like they wish they were. You understand? They're like the little dogs, the wild dogs, the hyenas that come and they pick off the little sickly at the end of the tribe. That's how they move and that's how they operate. And since they go for the weak and they move like their self-esteem is so low because they know how little they have to offer, they treat us like we're the problem so they don't have to face the real problem, which is themselves.
Got you. All right. Well, you know what? Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So listen. Oh, wow. Back-to-back calls. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hi, this is Frankie Fontaine. Hi, Tanya.
Hi, Frankie Fontaine. So talk to us. Give us your most potent point first.
Well, can I just say that I love you and you look absolutely beautiful today, and thank you for taking my call. I just want to say real quick, these videos that you brought up, I saw those years ago, and as far as Eartha Kitt, she's a biracial woman, so I don't know, she kind of had a little easier than black women in Hollywood. Yes, she's biracial. She's actually a product of rape, if you look into her story. It's really kind of devastating, her story is. So she kind of gets a pass with me, but kind of just to piggyback off what everybody's been saying, I divested when I was like 6 years old, and I'm 46 years old now. And I'm a little nervous right now. And I'm just saying, I saw this a long time ago throughout my family, just in the community that I grew up in. I was able to discern this spirit in black men because it's definitely a spirit. It's an evil spirit, and I think it's been on this planet for thousands of years. And I saw it as an issue, and when I saw that white men paid me attention at such a young age, I went in that direction, and that's kind of like how I've been living my life. And again, I'm 46 years old, and you should see how black men are now. I mean, they're constantly trying to come and get with me and know that they could never have a chance with a black woman like me because I've kind of been spoiled by white men. I mean, I know what it's like to be treated good. I know what it's like to be respected. And I'm not putting white men on a pedestal at all because they have their own story too. But I'm just saying black women divest. It's divest. Think about you. Live your life. Be beautiful. Marry who you want. Leave these Negroes behind because they've left you behind a long time ago. Everything that I've been doing in my life success-wise has been done on my own as a black woman. I've never received any assistance from not near black men. So I just don't see the point in dealing with them if they're not beneficial. But that's all I need to say. Thank you again for taking my call. Your show is amazing. I love you, and you're hilarious, by the way, too.
Thank you. They say that your name sounds famous, Frankie Fontaine.
Actually, I'm a musician. I'm an independent musician, so that's my music name.
Got you. Okay, I'm sorry. There's somebody spamming in the comments, so they're about to get blocked. I don't know what is going on.
All right. Well, I'm
gonna
let you can take some more calls, but thank you for taking my call, Tanya, and I love you so much, girl. Take care.
All
God
right.
bless
Thank you. We love you too.
Alrighty.
All right.
Bye-bye
Here
now.
we go. LaToya Gemini. Yay! Listen, don't spam in my comments. Don't spam in my comments with your nonsense. You've been sent to the block party. All right, listen, we're going to listen. These phone calls were so dynamic. I want to take calls forever, but there are some other things that we need to do. Like we need to look at, what do we need to? We need to look at James Earl Jones. Here we go. All right, it says here, oh, I need to get a different screen. There we go. All right. So James Earl Jones, they saying James Earl Jones was raised by his maternal grandparents in Mississippi before moving them to Michigan. He is of African, Cherokee, Choctaw, and Irish descent. So he's multi-ethnic. And Eartha Kitt, it says Kitt was the daughter of a Cherokee and Black mother and a white father she never knew. And from the age of 8, she grew up with relatives in an ethnically diverse section of Harlem, New York City. At 16, she joined the Catherine dance troupe, blah, blah, blah. You all want to see a young Eartha Kitt? Let's take a look. All right. You all remember Eartha Kitt. Well, this is an older Eartha Kitt. This is so Wait, is this Eartha Kitt's baby? Wow. Yeah, this is her daughter. I'm telling you, that black don't last many generations. I was watching one of Cynthia's videos where some guy said that he was trying to mix the black out of him. Oh, wow, look at Eartha. Oh, wow, Eartha. Yeah, so you know what? This is very interesting because it's like we have become so accustomed to claiming biracial people as black that we don't like. This is very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. So even with her being biracial, I guess she didn't have proximity to her white father. Maybe this is why they start asking you questions. They're like, oh, who is your father? Oh, where you come from? What trying to get your whole background and all of that. Let's take a look and see James Earl Jones pictures. They don't show his. That's his child. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, the black doesn't last. This person looks like Rebillet. Mark Rebillet, that guy I did that reaction to. Wow. Listen, I don't even have a comment. Wow. What's that? All right, so we have some more apples that have come in. Wow, this is crazy. So Tony says, if all your black male friends trash you, you may need a mirror. Sidney Poitier ill-treated Diana Carroll for his white woman. Oh, wow. Shay and Tony going back to back. All right. Black men take their money to the white community because value, it is what they can't buy. They cannot buy that white DNA. They could buy everything else, but that white DNA has to come through courting so that you can go ahead and mix all the black out of you so that your children then look like there was no trace of African in them. This is crazy. And then so Davida says, was waiting for your Eartha Kitt purr. I don't know how she purrs. I don't know. I know I have a Nyla purr right here. Purr. I have a Nyla purr, but I don't have an Eartha Kitt purr. All right. So Shay says, I was talking about black men, white women, and white men. Oh, so she must have commented earlier where she said the main characters degrading. Oh, the degrading of black women. So she's talking about. Oh, she's talking about black men, white women, and white men. Yes, absolutely. You're absolutely right about that. And Trisha says, didn't Dr. Dre say he wanted to, did he? Send me this. Send it to me. If he said he wanted to be white, send it to me. I have video of Kitten Heels saying that he's always felt that deep down he was Asian. Yeah, I have that video. But there's so many videos to make that, okay, did we get everybody? We got Tony, Trisha, and then we have another Tony that has come in here, and Shay. Black men hated Eartha for threesome with Paul Newman and John Dean or Jimmy Dean. I don't know who the John J. Dean. Wait a minute. She had a, hold on. What are you all talking about? Hold on. Eartha Kitt. Wait, how her personal business get out there in the 60s? Let me see. Eartha Kitt threesome. Let's see. Let's talk about Eartha Kitt's threesome with, hold on. Here we go. Let's talk about Eartha Kitt's threesome with Paul Newman and James Dean. I'm not entertaining this slackness on my show. So she has some sort of threesome that we did not know about. Wait, there are, I think, drawbacks to being constantly incredulous. All right, let's see. Audition tape, James Dean. Can you say truthfully now that there was nothing there? Let's see.
Did they take
Oh my, let's see. Oh, these 1950 Pompadour and Bouffant. Listen, wait a minute. So hold on.
What?
Oh my gosh. Listen. All right, the possibility that I want you to entertain is that Eartha Kitt once had a threesome with Paul Newman and James Dean. All I ask for those of you who need to be convinced and are not willing to take my good word for it is that you accept the possibility of this threesome is not zero. Oh goodness. So they're saying it's gossip. You all are bringing gossip on here. I guess we'll go any further to ask you. Begin first, obstacle must be removed. All right, everyone knows about James Dean's bisexuality, but Paul Newman was born faithful to what? Oh my God, you all got me in this slackness here. I am done with this. I'm done with it. Listen. I appreciate all of you for coming out and participating. Go out there and love one another. Here we go. No. We're going to do some Caribbean music today. All right. Hey, listen. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is what? Where's the music coming in through? It's coming through here. Part of loving yourself is realizing that there have been a lot of forces against you for a very long time. And that it's really up to you to take the time and decide what's right for your life. Don't let people deteriorate your esteem, because the only people who benefit from your lowered esteem are those who want to take advantage of you. And Black women have been getting fed a constant diet of deterioration for hundreds of years in this country. So Black women, hold your head up high. Realize that our mothers and grandmothers did not cancel these men. They still were able to have thriving careers. But let's do our thing. There's this new movie that has come out with this dude who played Killmonger. I ain't watching it. I ain't clicking on it. I ain't doing nothing. They want to say all of this stuff about what it is that they prefer, and they still want you to open up your pocketbook, literal and figurative, for them. But nope. So listen, go out there and love one another. I will see you all in the next video. Hey, let's get our comments up. Go ahead and say bye, everybody. Hey. Go ahead. Throw those boxing gloves up. Oh, hey, you don't know nothing about that. You don't know about this. Hey. You don't know about that east and west. Here we go. Listen, you don't know. Come on, walk up. Stand up and walk up your backside. Come on. Here we go. New York, California. You can't. Hey, this is my east, west coast wine. Going from one coast to the next. Hey. Hey. What you know about all of that? Listen. Go ahead and throw up your boxing gloves and let's get this done one more again. Here we go. Throw those boxing gloves up in the air. Hey. Uh-oh. Hey. Hey. I will see you all in the next video. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And let's get the end screen up. I love you all so much. Thanks for being a part of the show. Make sure that you join the text notification squad so that you get a text whenever we go live. 1,100 people on YouTube. Only 163. Most people on Facebook. Thank goodness they got bored, because Facebook is a whole different type of energy over there. But listen, I'll see you all in the next video. Make sure that you subscribe to my videos over here, or watch my other videos over here. Subscribe down here. Make sure that you see my other links over here and find my book on Amazon. And I will see you all in the next video. Tanya TKO, and I am out. Peace. I love it here.